Aikido is a martial art created by founder Morihei Ueshiba. Ueshiba Sensei used to say that Aikido was created to lead Japanese martial arts in the right direction. This is certainly true. Aikido represents a major departure from its predecessor arts that focused exclusively on winning or defeating an opponent. It was created as an art to foster moral character. It is natural that the way to present Aikido techniques differs greatly from that of other martial arts. It goes without saying that Aikido techniques are highly complex and sophisticated. The case is very different from Judo and Karate, martial arts that I once studied. I first began my study of Aikido nearly 50 years ago. About 10 years ago, certain people in the world of Japanese martial arts began to doubt that Aikido was a martial art. This was only natural because people at that time blindly followed the same training practice of their younger days. This has been a cause of concern for me because if we continue to train in the same way as before, I fear these criticisms will someday reflect reality and Aikido will cease to be a martial art. This doubt concerning the martial nature of Aikido is often voiced both in Japan and abroad. However, from that time, we have done our best to convey the words of O-sensei to present-day practitioners and exemplify these principles in our own practice. This is most important. The founder often said, Aikido includes not only empty-handed techniques, but also the sword and stick, that is, the ken and jo. There are techniques for every possible situation. It is important to keep this in mind. We have always stressed this principle in our training. Thus, in our Aikido practice, we always train to be able to immediately use the ken or jo from any technique according to the individual situation. In this video, we will demonstrate our everyday training. Our training will be different from the kind of practice normally seen. After executing a basic empty-handed technique, we always practice a related technique with the ken and jo. I would like you to observe how we practice. If after viewing this video, you don't find our approach worthwhile, you can disregard it. If, on the other hand, you find it suitable, then please follow our method of Aikido practice. Let's begin with aihanmi katatedori practice. First of all, I will show the taisabaki or turning movement, which we practice as a preparatory exercise in our normal training. This is the movement. This is an irimi nage. This movement is an irimi nage. If we remain standing in this position, this happens. Now we move here, and this is the situation. This is irimi nage. Many Aikido-ka think that what they are doing is irimi nage, but this is the movement. This was the irimi from gyakuhami. Now we are doing this irimi. If your feet are in the wrong position, it's different. If you come to this position, you want to do a karate movement. We do it from this position. So we don't need to do that. This is the irimi of Aikido. If we do not practice this movement, we will be defeated if we don't block the attack, as happens in karate, boxing, and kendo. However, because we execute this movement, it's not necessary. There's no problem even if we are contacted. We can defeat the opponent as soon as we contact him. This technique originates from the sword too. Bring a ken. This is the movement of drawing the sword. Then we have the throw we just did. This is the movement. You draw the sword. It's just the same as the sword movement. We just did this movement, and you also have this variation. Although this is called a kime or joint walk, it is really an aihanmi, a strike. If you apply pressure, it becomes a joint walk. Basically, in Aikido, there are no gyaku or joint walks, but if you want to, you can apply a walk at any time. It is said that Aikido involves natural movements. Of course, this is necessary for martial arts. We must use natural movements at all times. This is part of our training. This is the movement. Bring a sword. So as you can see, it is the same movement. It's the same. Now, of course, I'm doing the movement with the ken. Bring a jo. The jo is exactly the same. It's just the same. So, after these preparatory exercises, we advance to ikkyo. Now I will show aihanmi katatedori ikkyo. There are many problems with the ikkyo technique as it is practiced nowadays. People who do Aikido understand this, but in ikkyo, you end up pushing your opponent back. But the technique does not involve pushing. The principle of aihanmi can be applied to ikkyo. This is where the body movement comes from. Most people don't apply this principle. Most people step forward. We, on the contrary, move to the side. We move to the side. This is aihanmi. This is how we deal with the opponent's attack.
捉える形ができるようになっているわけです。たったこれだけなんですね。それを
This is the principle we use to execute Ikkyo.
回ると回
The
る
movement is circular.
無論これが
Of course, as a variation, it is possible to execute a strike at this stage.
この段階が足なりの入る段階に変わってくるわけです。進化になるとね。
That's when you apply a variation. Now we are doing the basic technique. We pin in this way.
これはやはり
Now let's show it with the ken against the strike to the head.
そうすると
When he attacks, we enter like this.
この横に開くのが
This lateral movement is the irimi. We move to the side.
早いわけです。そうそう。まあ、型通りやるとこうなんです。
In Aikido,
よく合気道の
people often assume a stance like this with the jo,
こんなのはないんです。
but this is incorrect.
上の場合
In the
も
jo too, the stance of Aikido is no stance.
構えないです。
There's no stance at all.
今日も立って
So there's no stance whether you're holding a ken or jo.
で、この角度は
Notice the angle of the jo.
相手の目
It goes right to his eyes if you extend it forward.
口ですから、
By standing naturally, holding the jo in the direction of the opponent's eyes,
立ってるんなら
you prevent him from measuring the length of the weapon with his eyes.
こうなってる。またもしたら
Or when you are holding the jo like this, you do not show the length of the jo. This is the position.
こんなのはない。
This is not correct.
そういう形
So this is the basic movement with the jo.
平等の強にそういうものを身につける。そうすると今のは
So this movement goes like this.
またはこういう形。今の形ですね。で、こうかこう。
You can do it either way.
ですからそういう。
That is the way we enter.
で、これがずらせば、これからも次が
You can also slide your hand this way
そういう形で
or this way,
こうなってます。
and you stand like this.
開いて
In the technique we're doing now, we open like this, and then come here.
はい、そうなんです。そうですね。もう一回
Let's do it once more.
そうです。今我々の
We showed our Urawaza Ikkyo technique. This is the way we perform Ura, but Aikidoka usually do it this way.
そうです。この段階で危ない。
This is very dangerous.
我々その段階
We
で
must have already entered at that stage.
はい最後
We have to grab him here.
最後8本
As you move your body half a step, we are in front of our opponent.
向こうに来る。
From here, he cannot punch from the other side, nor can he kick. I can attack him freely. You must enter this way.
そういうものを
We must move at an earlier stage.
いつでも
We must be ready to throw him at any time.
はいそれがすごい。これを剣ならば
When using the ken, this becomes a tsuki.
月のほとんど前にやった
It is similar to the kotegaeshi we have already shown.
そうするとこれがここに入る。それからもう一回。相手のここまでこれがいいとほとんど。
He comes to attack, and we strike here, and then here.
次はそのままもう一回。でそこへもう一回。
Next, I'll explain Shihonage. There are not too many problems with the aihanmi Shihonage. We do, however, have to be careful how we extend our hands. If you enter in the usual way, it's wrong. If you do it this way, you will be hit. The hand should be extended this way, so his hand can't reach you. This hand moves like this. You can often see this movement in karate, that is, gedan nuke or gedan barai. In Aikido, we do not resist the opponent. We invite him to come. This is the way we do the movement. We open to the side. I think there will not be so many problems with aihanmi Shihonage. So I think that just explaining this one technique will be sufficient. Now, let's move on to aihanmi Nishio. First, when your opponent comes from the front, move to the side and turn. There are some problems with this Nishio. Nishio is usually done like this. But this position is dangerous. He can punch you. Therefore, we cut our hand upward, enter, and apply Nishio. We cut upward through the opponent's body. As a result of this movement, you can execute an aihanmi here. So, cut upward and apply the technique. Here the opponent is coming to strike my head. He comes to strike my head. I then move here and again strike here. Actually, you can enter directly from here. and do this. You can enter from here and move this way. Of course, here you don't allow yourself to be cut. This technique is used when your opponent comes to punch. In karate, an aihanmi is executed like this, but we move in this way against a punch. This hand is ready to attack against a punch. When using the ken, it is natural to thrust. He comes to thrust. You bring him up. And cut this way. Using the jo, this is the movement. In a real situation, you would strike his head. That completes the jo demonstration. Now we'll look at aihanmi iriminage. I will show two types of typical irimi of Aikido. In Aikido, iriminage is considered in general to be a form of irimi. But all Aikido techniques include irimi body movements and footwork. That is the true iriminage. Therefore, all techniques involve irimi movements. All Aikido techniques are irimi. Today I will do several typical iriminage. This is the simple and most basic irimi. Another iriminage is where you enter from the outside and then come to here you enter to the outside of your opponent's hand and then enter. This is iriminage as well. Now I will show two typical ken forms of Aikido. Bring me ken. First, when your opponent attacks you from the front, you come here. In reality, your ken would attack here. You understand? The ken enters directly. In the other technique, this time the hand enters from the opposite side. The ken moves to the opposite side. For the first iriminage, the hand moved like this. In the second, we enter from this side. This is the basic from which variations are created.
いろいろと変化して生まれてきます。それを若干ね、そういうとこういう形のいいものがある。相手のこういう。
This leads to this kind of iriminage.
この段階でも
At this stage, you have an aihanmi. This is iriminage.
こういうよ。はい。まあ大体意味はこういう。
These are the kinds of irimi that are possible.
では次に。
Now, I'll show kotegaeshi.
これは先ほど
This
の
technique is based on irimi, as I have already
この
shown.
技が土台になってほとんど同じです。最後の
This movement is almost the same as irimi, except the change in the last pin. The general flow of the technique is exactly the same as that irimi.
ですからこういう
We have this kotegaeshi technique.
相手の
We move in front of the opponent to this position,
それがここで
and you have this application.
手がでかく
The hand moves in a small circle. 手の面ですね。 He strikes at my head.
相手がすごいね。はいはい。はい。これは、本当はこれが入る。
In reality, we can strike here.
これがこういう感じ。
This is the movement. はい。こういう感じ。相手の At this stage, you must avoid the opponent's kick.
どうそしてそこで返す。そうすると相手
So I thrust at him and then come to this side.
先ほどの剣の
This is the opposite side from the Ken movement I showed earlier.
こういう感じ。この上は今度は
This is the movement with the jo.
きますよね。はい。そしてここへ。はい、こちらへ。
I move to this side,
こちらへ。
and then I move here
そして
and here.
このはい、これがこうです。それを振ります。そこへ。これを蹴られますと
With the hen, it hits the opponent's throat.
相手がね aihanmi.
Now we'll do aihanmi katatedori sankyo.
これは基本技です。
This is the basic technique.
ですから当然のこと
When we enter, we can execute aihanmi to these points.
入る内容でこれを
You lead your opponent up and move your hand in front of him.
一般ではこれを
Usually the hand is brought upward and you are open here.
あれは向こうに
In our practice, we bring the opponent's hand in front of us, not upward.
違います。
That is a difference in our practice. Most of the time, people push here when they do sankyo.
我のは
Our way is the opposite.
これも
He can't attack here.
こうなるとねその段階の
And at this point, you can apply these strikes.
これはこういうのでこういうのできますはいこういう感じ
This is the movement.
そのままはいよはい これ
This is an application of sankyo.
はい。このリストは全部
You can execute these strikes.
これな人もこれが一挙みたいに
For this one, you enter like ikkyo.
あれですね。これね。まあ大体
I have briefly explained aihanmi katatedori up through sankyo.
まとめさせてもらいます。
This completes the aihanmi katatedori series of techniques. As you know, the founder said, when I have a sword in my hands, my Aikido becomes a sword. When I have a jo in my hands, my Aikido becomes a jo. That is Aikido. Aikido is the sword. The sword is the root of the martial arts. We are practicing this principle systematically in our training. I am sure there are many more effective ways of training for us to pursue in the future. I hope to discover new directions in Aikido in harmony with many practitioners. With this, I would like to end this tape on aihanmi katatedori techniques.